We're here today to express the concern that we have with all the criminal activity taking place in our city and in Gregg County. I've asked our police chief, the Gregg County Sheriff, the county judge, our DA, and our city manager to all be here today to show our solidarity in recognizing and solving these problems. This will take cooperation between multiple departments of law enforcement, our judicial system, and our residents. This is a serious issue, and we are taking it very seriously. We don't have a crime or a homicide problem in Longview. We have a gang and a drug problem, and we're going to stop it. Not an army of people are working against us in Longview, but a handful of people that are causing the trouble, and we are flushing those people out. Since the LPD has made several key arrests, it has been noticeably quieter in Longview, and that will continue because we are not done yet. At this time, I'm going to ask our sheriff and our chief to speak on this matter. Chief Bishop.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to cover a few things to kind of reiterate a little bit about what the mayor just stated. Talk to you a little bit about how we've been dealing with some of this gang and drug activity. One of the things that we look at when we have this type of situation is taking a county-wide multi-agency approach to that, and we have been doing that. Over the last several weeks, we have had extra patrol, extra units, extra personnel on the street to deal with this gang and drug problem. Like the mayor says, over the last couple of weeks, we have made several key arrests. And as a result of that, we're seeing these extra units out there on the street are being effective in helping us to deal with some of these issues. Some of these investigations are overlapping. We have seen some of this activity occurring in the county, some of it here in the city, and some of it overflowing into Smith County. So all of the agencies are sharing information. They have investigators that are cooperatively working together. And as these investigations move forward, you'll see the results of these investigations at a later date. One of the things that we're trying to do is to disrupt this activity at the highest level, and we're having some success at doing that. We have our county organized drug enforcement unit that is a cooperative coalition between the Longview Police Department and the Gregg County Sheriff's Department, and we're working with that unit to address the drug issue. I know both the sheriff and I are working very closely with our district attorney, Carl Dura. His office has lent his investigators and his attorneys to our use to help us with drafting search warrants, arrest warrants, and any legal matters that we may encounter during the course of these investigations. So thank you all for coming, and just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of information about what we are doing to address these issues. And at this time, I guess I'll turn it over to the sheriff.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon. Well, we appreciate the mayor calling this press conference today to disseminate some information. I think it's really important to note that while we are working together, both the city and the county, we are also tapping into other resources. Let me draw your attention back to December the 3rd of 2014, where we addressed the synthetic drug problem. If you remember how we did that, we called on all the resources that we had available to combat that problem. Well, the same thing is happening today. While you may not be aware of it, those things are ongoing. Not only have we had the crime spill over into Gregg County, which resulted in the offenses, multiple felonies that occurred on Saturday morning, September the 26th, but also crimes were committed in Upshur County, and then prior to that in Smith County. We have been working both with the Smith County and the Upshur County Sheriff's offices to identify suspects and to file additional charges. Now, as you know, we were able to recover evidence related to the crimes that occurred on the 26th, that occurred in Gregg and Upshur, those being multiple vehicles as well as weapons. Multiple weapons were recovered. So we continue with these investigations, but let me tell you what, as that day progressed and we both had officers and investigators that worked numerous hours on these incidents, they were working side by side. If you traveled to these scenes where the evidence was recovered, you saw that there were city police officers, county deputies, investigators. So there were DPS officers on the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to addressing the situation, and we're committed to do that together. So, again, I appreciate the mayor calling this press conference. I appreciate the support of the county judge and the district attorney as we all move forward to address these issues and ensure that our citizens of Longview and Gregg County are safe. Thank you.
I have complete confidence in our sheriff, our police chief, our county judge, our district attorney, and the tactics they're employing, which will eradicate the drug and gang problems in our community. To further assist them in their efforts, the LPD and the Gregg County Sheriff's Department have begun the process of applying for state grants which will partially fund body cameras to be utilized by our officers. Last week, I was contacted by a generous Longview resident who was inspired by, of all things, our book club, The Go-Giver. This resident was so compelled in reading the book that he has now pledged to fund the remaining balance not covered by any grants to purchase body cameras for all Longview Police Department and Gregg County Sheriff deputies. It is anticipated these cameras will be put into action by the end of 2016. We are extremely humbled and appreciative of the residents' desire to give back to Longview, and we are hopeful that these actions will be duplicated, therefore creating a Go-Giver fund to carry out many more similar projects in Longview. It is through such public-private partnerships that much can be accomplished. Thank you for being here, and know that we will not rest until this job is done. Thank you.